All right, cleaning lenses. There's two kinds of things that kind of mess up your lens, and that is fingerprints and dust. Fingerprints is the worst of the two because it's actually, you get oils from your skin on there, and not only do you have to touch the lens to get rid of it, because you don't really want to touch the lens if possible. Oils, you have to actually use a solvent to get it off. And then also dust sticks to oil. So you've got a double whammy, because if you're like trying to wash off the oil, you're scraping the dust, which is usually quartz crystals, into the actual lens. You're going to get actual micro scrapes in there. So that's something you don't. So the first thing you want to do is get the dust off, as much of it as possible. You don't want to use a brush, because again, you're scraping the quartz crystals, which is, you know, sand and dust is usually really fine silica, which can scratch your lens. So this is my dust removal system here. I'm not at home. I'm in a hotel room right now. This is a little portable pocket vacuum cleaner. It's a Shark. It's the one that Kara was talking about that costs only how much?
$120.
$120. This whole thing only costs $120. I don't use the attachment or anything. I just put it on my lap like this. Now, you do not want this to touch your lens. This is really important. Let me get a bigger lens. Get this one here. So, there's a suction here. So if you're not careful, it's just going to go bam. It's just going to like literally get sucked, and this round thing is going to scratch the lens. So you have to hold it really strong. The closer you get, the better, but there's got to be a gap between the lens and the suction thing. And you don't just want to hold it steady. You want to move it back and forth, because the moving it back and forth like this causes air swirls in there, and the air swirls kicks up the dust, and they get sucked in here. So moving it helps loosen the dust. But again, keep that space, keep that half-inch space in there. Move it and hold it really. I have to show you, but you hold it really steady like this with both hands if possible, and you guide it, and you just. I'm going to turn it on in a second to show you. So that is, and then also for the back element, you hold it on there like that, and you wiggle it. And also, very important, the focus ring has got a lot of texture on it, and dust loves to stick to texture. So I roll that on here like this. This is how I clean. So the whole lens should be cleaned. So I'm going to turn on right now to show you how I do it. But generally, make sure you have a really good grip, because you don't want the lens to go poof like that and get sucked onto, because that'll scratch the lens. So this is the best, most awesome way to clean a lens, and it's just, you're going to be amazed how fabulous this clean. Look at how perfect that is. I just got in from the sand dunes in Death Valley. We're in Death Valley right now, and this stuff was covered in sand. It was like tan colored lenses, and I didn't touch the lens at all. With any kind of cleanser or solvent or rag, I just sucked it off with the vacuum cleaner, and it's like spotless, like the day it was made. So you just turn it on, and you go like this. And then you go like this. And then you go like this. And then a lens cap also. And then also this thing here. And then also the camera. Let's get a camera here. So this, you're going to get dust in here. It's inevitable. You're going to get dust in there. They have little sensor cleaners with little delicate wipes that you do with the liquid, but this is much easier and better to do this way. Again, also get the eye cap here. Perfect. You will be amazed how factory new this stuff looks. You never even touch the lens. Now let's say you do have fingerprints on there, and fingerprints like attract dust, it makes it worse. These are the things I like to use. I have a whole bunch of these that I travel with me in my kit here. This is and there's different brands, of course. It's called Lens Cleanse by Hoodman. I'll put the link down below. It's a natural lens cleaning kit. It's all natural. It has two sides. One side is dry and one side is wet. So you open it up and you pull out the two wipes, and this one's all wet with a cleanser and this one's all dry. So what you do is you take the lens and you clean it. Now you got to work real fast. The moment you take this off, you got to get the dry on there. Otherwise, the liquid will start to dry immediately, and you get a perfect lens. Now let's say there's a piece of dust or lint on there. Don't go over it with this thing. If that's all it is, just suck it off. And it's gone. So you only use this if you have to. Otherwise, use the vacuum. This is the best way to clean lenses, sensors, anything on a camera. Even the little pocket cameras, turn them on so the lens expands. Rotate the camera so you get all like the dust that's stuck on the expanding part of the lens, the telescoping part of the lens. Try to get anywhere where there's dust on the camera. So anything that's in the photography world, you can basically clean with this thing. It's indispensable. We took this on a trip with us. $120 you said for this thing? It's a Shark Rocket. The Shark Rocket. It's a broom vac. Oh, it has the long thing. Yes. So yeah, it's got this really long thing. You can stand there and just you clean the floor with it. It's meant for cleaning floors. Yeah. But I don't use it for that. She does. Anyway, so yeah. So at the end of every day that we go photo, I immediately clean everything, and with this. And I used to use the cleansers all the time, and I noticed that you just smear the stuff around, and I mean, it's frustrating. You have to use them sometimes. But anyway, and I even clean my little camcorders. You know, I open up the lens and stick it in there and clean it, and it's great for everything. So dust is everywhere, even in a room where there's, you know, you think you're in an okay room, you're in a hotel room, you're in your home, there's dust everywhere. So here you go. My little thing for cleaning a lens. Hope you learned something. See you in the next video. Bye.